Steve in Phoenix, Arizona. Hey, Steve, what's up?
Hey, good morning, Tom, and shout out to Kenyatta. He's always got such insightful views on things.
He does.
One other thing, AZ, Arizona here, we do have some, I've been here since '88. We moved down, as you know, from Wisconsin, and we do have some good Democrats here. We got Roger Halva down in the Tucson area, and Ann Kirkpatrick, who's trying to run against McCain here for the Senate, so we got to get her in. But Colin Kaepernick, he was a Milwaukee kid, if I'm not mistaken, and he went and played college ball at Nevada. Then the 49ers drafted him. And I got to tell you, I'm in full support of him. This takes a lot of courage to do something like this. And the thing when the '68 Olympics, I believe that might have been Mexico City. I think one of the guys.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was. Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy Smith was one of the names, I believe, and I saw the picture yesterday. I saw it. And I can't remember who the other gentleman was, but that took a lot of courage, just like Muhammad Ali did.
Oh, and look at all the crap they got for it.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, it just relentless,
Yeah.
And, as far as white privilege, I didn't really start thinking about this till you brought up the issue. And if you can project, if any white person can project themselves into being, in my black man's shoes and stuff, and try to imagine it, it's real, and it's horrible. I'm not black, so I only can imagine, And the last thing I'd like to say on this is, this whole phony baloney corporatist malarkey and phony patriotism, offshoring these jobs, this Levi's Stadium. I'm sure that was built with taxpayer dollars and stuff too.
Yep.
Just like they had the Vikings yesterday opened up their stadium in Minneapolis, and I think that was $1 billion. And this is nuts, and the salaries. We need to get back. We need to get back to the top marginal tax rates of FDR of 91 to 74%, because the companies, they're hoarding money. The only ones that are getting the raises are the CEOs, the board of directors, pretty much that ilk, and everybody else is getting the shaft.
Yeah, I agree with you. And thank you, Steve. Very well said. And by the way, just another point that I want to make with regard to taxes in the final minute I've got in this segment is Donald Trump, in the speech he gave in Iowa, he didn't talk about personal tax rates, so I couldn't go off on it, but he has before. And the Republican talking point is we're going to simplify taxes and we're going to lower your taxes, middle America. Now, just think about this for a minute. Let's say that you're middle America and you're working for, let's say, AT&T or some big corporation, and you're making, say, $70,000 a year. Let's say $50,000 a year, right? Close to, I think, 41 to 44 is the national average. So let's say you're making $50,000 a year. And you're paying, let's say, 25% in taxes. So what you're ending up with is about, what would that be, about $38,000 a year after taxes. So AT&T knows that you're willing to work for $38,000 net. Now, if Trump comes along and says, oh, we're going to cut everybody's taxes, including the billionaires, and including you, the guy working at AT&T, so your tax rate goes, instead of paying $12,000 in taxes, you're only paying $5,000 in taxes. Well, your employer knows you're willing to work for $38,000. So what are they going to do? They're going to lower your wages because they know that you're going to end up with the same amount of money. And by the way, if you look at the history of the Reagan tax cuts, wages went down when taxes were cut on working people.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann program. Call 202-808-9925.
People think if they get a tax cut, they get to keep the extra money. That's only true if you're in the top 1%. Everybody else, the employers will lower their wages. Look at history.